guys, and welcome back to the Sokool Brothers Racing Podcast. I'm Justice Sokool Racing, or the Lawman.
And I'm Colby Sokool Racing, or Little Smoke. Last weekend we went to Port City Raceway for the English Stock Nationals. Both nights of racing I ran Stock Non-Wing and Wing Day class. Going there was our first time ever doing qualifying, which was really fun. It was really different because we've never done qualifying before. The only time we've done qualifying is on iRacing and in Quarterminutes, but it was really cool to go out there and try something different, especially with qualifying. And Justice, how'd you like qualifying?
Well, both days of racing I ran Wing Day class, and qualifying was different because on iRacing you're by yourself, can't see anybody else go. You have to kind of base it off your knowledge from practice. But in quarter midgets, you just had to run the bottom every single lap, try and make it the fastest and smoothest you can around the bottom and not mess up. But in 600s, you have to watch the person that goes in front of you, see where they're running on the track. They could be running through the middle, the bottom, or the top, and you have to figure out if that's a faster line or if that's a slower line. And then whatever you think is the faster line, you have to go out there and try it. And if you don't think it, then on your second lap, you have to try something different. But qualifying, it's different, and I think if I do it again, I'll do even better than what I did at Port.
Yeah, we went out there. We didn't even know what the heck we were doing. I think both of us still need to learn a whole lot about qualifying because we both didn't do the best. But night number one in the non-wing car, I made both cars in the feature. In the non-wing car, I started 11th and ended up getting wrecked, which ended my night early in that car. So then we got everything fixed up on the car that was all bent up. And we went out there. There's still a couple things that could have been fixed, but started 13th and finished 13th in the wing that night. But Justice, how'd you do?
On my night number one of racing there at Port City, I transferred straight into the A feature from my heat race. I started 15th and worked my way up to 10th place. It was a great night number one of racing, and I was even more confident for night number two.
In night number two, and I ended up winning my heat race in the non-wing car, which made me start 8th in the feature. Just went out there, tried my best, tried to run on the track wherever I thought the car was the best and where I could run it the best, and came out with the 10th place finish. And then in the wing car, had a bad qualifying, had a bad heat race, so I started 19th. And it's weird at Port City because that track is so tight and so racy. It's really hard to pass a lot of people, and especially when you start 19th like that, way back in the field. And unless you're Frank Flood, because he knows how to get around all those cars, and he'll go to 5th in the first corner. But came out the 13th place finish, and overall had a really fun time racing there. And every time we go to Port City, it gets a lot funner, and I feel like we definitely get a lot better as drivers.
Yeah. On my night number two of racing there at Port City Raceway, unfortunately I did not transfer in from my heat race, so I had to run a B feature. Top two transferred out of that B feature. Unfortunately, I finished 5th place. All in all, it was a great 2 days of racing there at Port City Raceway, and I'm even more ready for the next time we go there, and hopefully I can race A class again.
Yeah. How do you like the more power? Because you ran A class before, but especially at Port City Raceway. How did you like it?
It's a big power difference. I can tell that in the restricted, there's not as much power getting put down to the track. So
I wasn't necessarily saying about the power. I was saying about overall the actual racing.
So the actual racing, it's a lot more racy because you can run basically if the top's all the way out there up against the wall like it was in 3 and 4, I guess you could say, at least what it seemed like it to me. Then you can keep up with the guys that are on the bottom or through the middle. But in restricted, you have to be on the bottom running it as fast as you can, or if the top gets way out there, you can't run it. But like in 1 and 2,
unless you get your momentum.
Yeah, unless you get your momentum built up, you can go up there and run it. But other than that, the A class, more power, you're able to run more lines, and it's a lot more different. You have to be more on the wheel.
But it's definitely a lot funner, right?
Yes, it's way more funner. I want to keep running that.
This weekend we'll be racing at El Paso County Raceway in Callahan, Colorado. This is our home racetrack. This is the first time we will have raced there for the whole year, so I'm super excited to come race at home, race against some of the local guys out here. And racing starts at 5 o'clock, so if you guys want to come out there and watch some non-ring microsprint racing, which is what they're going to have out there, then you guys are more than welcome to come out there. And if you guys can't come out there, then I think you might be able to stream the race on IMCA TV or something like that. So just search it up and pay however much the cost is, but hopefully it'll be some good race, and I'm excited to go out there.
Yeah, us 600 microsprints will be racing stock non-wing. It's going to be a lot of fun being able to get back in the non-restricted car. I think it's going to be my second time non-wing in the non-restricted, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go back out there. The non-wing world championship went on, and that was the third race for the big month of money. There was 3 nights of racing, 2 prelim nights and the big money night. The first prelim night, Kyle Spence won that night. Second prelim night, Joby Miller won that prelim night. And the big money winner, well, that was Kyle Spence. Kyle Spence doubled up that weekend by winning his prelim night and the big money night. I'm pretty sure it was a good race. I only watched a couple of the highlights from it, but it looked like it was a lot of fun. And hopefully one day you guys will be able to see us racing there at the Non-Ring World Championship.
Yeah, Non-Ring World Championship, they were running Non-Ring Outlaws there, so those Outlaw guys that went out there and did pretty good. It was Kyle Spence. I think he actually won it last year at the same racetrack. I think one of the THB guys is leading or something like that, and I have no clue how he got the lead, but Kyle Spence, I think, has won 2 years in a row, which is really cool, but hopefully next year one of us will be out there winning those races. The High Banks Hustle is this weekend, which is the final race of the month of money. This race is $12,000 to win, and in the racing, it's hosted at Southern Illinois Raceway. Last night was supposed to be practice night, but it ended up getting canceled due to rain. So tonight they have their prelim night with their heat races, B-mains, all that stuff like that. And then tomorrow is the big money night. We want to wish Frank Galusha and Christopher Townsend a big good luck, our Stoller teammates out there. Hopefully they can bring home the big money.
Yeah, good luck to you guys. And you guys can also watch the final race of the month of money, the High Banks Hustle on Fast 4 Media. Make sure to go check them out. Get the subscription to watch that race. It's going to be an awesome race to watch. And yeah, just can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to watch some certain clips this weekend while we're racing. We'll definitely probably be watching tonight while we're getting cars ready. But the High Banks Hustle, like I think you've said to me before that High Banks Hustle really lives up to its name because it's really banked like that. So High Banks and all those drivers out there hustling for $12,000 to win. So it'll definitely be a good race. And this one is Winged Outlaws. So we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, I remember watching a Fast 4 Media broadcast, and then they put on there, since it was in the month of money, they put a replay of the 2017 High Banks Hustle on there, and that was the year that Frank Galusha won. It was a good race between everybody in the top, up in the front. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully one day you guys will see us racing in the High Banks Hustle.
The Midwest Midget Championship was last weekend, and that was 4 nights of racing. 2 nights of racing at Jefferson County Speedway, 1 night of racing at Caney Valley Speedway, and the final night at Red Dirt Raceway. It was featuring USAC midgets all 4 nights in the Lucas Oil Now 600 National Non-Ring Micros, the last 2 nights at Caney and Red Dirt. The first 2 nights they had just regular non-ring micros, but they weren't Now 600. Night number 1 at Jefferson County Speedway, Chris Wyndham won that one.
Night number 2 at Jefferson County also was Tyler Courtney.
Night number 3 at Caney Valley Speedway, Tyler Courtney won that one too.
And night number 4 of racing at Red Dirt Raceway was Tanner Thorson. It was a lot of fun being able to watch that one. Tanner Thorson had a really good car. And I don't know if you guys saw, but on Facebook, USAC posted a video clip from qualifying, and a car went into 3 and 4, and he just got it. His car went in there and just started flipping, and he flipped over the wall in 4. Actually, it was really wild. I've heard a story before where supposedly someone did the same exact thing, but entering into the corner. But it looks like it'd be a lot of fun to race some midgets at especially Caney and Red Dirt.
Yeah, we raced at both of those racetracks, and we watched the last 2 nights at Caney and Red Dirt. We were hoping to go to Caney, but our mom got caught up in some work, so unfortunately weren't able to go. But we came home and just were watching that race, and it looked like it was really good racing out there. The Silver Cup at Leonardville Speedway. We didn't watch the race at all. We were just scrolling through Instagram one day, and all of a sudden we see Dirt Vision. They had replayed the last 10 laps of the 410 World of Outlaw sprint cars at Leonardville. And you know the 410 World of Outlaw cars, those guys were bad to the bone, freaking full send, no send, slide job, bang the cush, bang the chip, all those guys, and they're the bad to the bone drivers. And it was an awesome last 10 laps because we only watched the last 10 laps from the replay, and those last 10 laps show exactly why dirt racing is the best racing out there. It was so good. It was an awesome battle between Kyle Larson, Donnie Schatz, and Brad Sweet, and all of them were just racing with each other Brad Sweet looks like he's pulling away for the win. All of a sudden, we're like, oh, he's going to win the race. All of a sudden, here come Donnie Schatz and Kyle Larson throwing sliders with them. And we're like, holy crap, this was awesome. And Larson, he was just rolling the bottom. And usually from iRacing experiences, it's just top only. But
yeah, on iRacing and in real life, there's no wall up top. So that's a full send or no send racetrack. You're either sending it in there as hard as you can. And if you send it a little bit too much, then you're over the edge because there's no wall, so you don't hit it. You're off the edge of the track. And if you send it in there a little, no send. If you do that, then you're over the edge because you drove it in there a little too soft. Easy work.
It was really good racing. Donnie Schatz came out with the win. Kyle Larson got second. Brad Sweet got third. But like I said, those last 10 laps showed why dirt racing is the best racing out there.
Yeah, definitely. There's actually another racing that's going on right now, and
it's Speed Week that's going on from today through August 1st.
And it's Indiana Sprint Week. Like you said, going on from today to August 1st, 5 different tracks. You guys can go watch it on Flow Racing. Make sure to buy that subscription to watch all the 5 nights of racing there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll be able to watch a couple of the nights out in the garage working on the cars. We won't be able to watch tomorrow's night of racing because we'll be out racing. So make sure to go out to El Paso County Raceway and come and watch with us.
Yeah, it'll be non-wing USAC sprint cars. So those guys are bad to the bone too. And like I said, I'm super excited to go racing at home this weekend and all the other big racing out there this weekend. And good luck to Frank Galusha and Christopher Townsend.
Speaking of winged and non-wing sprint cars, what do you say is your favorite, like a wing sprint car or a non-wing sprint car on iRacing?
On iRacing, I don't do much non-wing sprint car racing just because nobody actually like hosts any races or any official races, so you can't really do much with it. And wing racing, it's really good out there, but as of watching it in real life, on iRacing, I would gotta choose wing just because it's the main thing out there. Nobody really does non-wing stuff. But then in real life, I would have to choose both of them because both those guys, those 410s, then wing and non-wing, all those guys, those are full send, rip the lip, bang the chip, slide jump, all those guys. And some of the goodest and baddest race car drivers go and race those things. So hopefully someday we'll be up there racing the midget too.
Yeah, I'd say probably my favorite on iRacing is probably a non-wing sprint car because those are a lot of fun. I feel like I'm progressing. I still have a lot to learn on how to drive those cars, but I feel like I've done better from when I started iRacing, because when I started iRacing, I would throw it into the corner, not that good, and I'd slide up, hit the wall, and I didn't even know how to run the top or run the bottom. I would just run it in there really, not even that hard.
But it's hard on iRacing though because nobody wants to put in the time and effort and host a race that everybody can join. For non-wing sprint cars, there it's either winged or midgets where it's at, or pavement cars. But I think it'd be really cool if iRacing put like an official race of non-wing.
Which I think they do. You just have to get up in your iRating. But
yeah, so we're still in the lower classes for some reason.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Until next time, the Lawman
and Lil Smoke
out. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.